Sandy. Water.
Now turn right.
The feeling of a bike coming by at 200 miles an hour is a visceral ripping of the air as it flies past. You can see this 200 mile an hour pass, the exhaust coming out the dump pipe on the left side of the bike. He blows my camera sideways. Ah yes, there are very few things that rival the sensory overload associated with the burnout. You've got the smell, you've got the smoke, you've got the vibrations, it's awesome. People love burnouts, unless they happen to be wearing a law enforcement uniform or something like that. Burnouts are necessary for drag strip runs to heat up tires. Generally on the street, you don't really need to do anything like that, especially with roll-on races. So burnouts are just for pure pleasure. That's what we like to see. The impressive thing about these burnouts are the fact that they start at about 40 miles an hour. So this black Supra has enough power to break the wheels loose at about 40 miles an hour, both wheels. Gets a little sketchy sometimes. Being careful about the rider in front. It's majestic seeing the smoke just pour off the wheels in the back and disappear behind the car. Keep in mind there's a camera bike back there. That burnout was seen by an officer perched at the side of the road about 5 miles away, so we had a little talk afterwards. Everybody drove away and lived happily ever after.
.93.5 Supra hardtop, very rare. There's only a few hundred hardtops made in that year. Running 74mm innovative turbo, 1000cc fuel injectors, and I have 264 cam springs and retainers on stock motor.
You guys might want to take another 100 yards just so that you're comfortable right where you want to be when you take off. It's nice to roll at your speed and just set your gear where you want to be. So about another 100 yards. This is a great matchup. The rider on the ZX-10 is a fairly large guy, but still the ZX-10 managed to squirt away briefly before the 900 horsepower Supra takes it down well before the finish line, and then just adds to his lead as the speeds get up higher and higher, and the ZX-10 begins to lose steam aerodynamically. I think that boy has about 900 horsepower. That was nice. That was actually really good. You just squirted past him, and then he was trying to hold. You're losing, you're gaining ground just a little bit, and then he just took you in.
189 miles an hour, 28 pounds of boost, which is about 7 psi into my max.
Very nice.
It's probably got another 100 real horsepower.
Oh, you'll need that for the ZX-14.
Okay.
That was really good. It was about what I expected, in that he took off just a little bit, you chased him down. Once the speed gets high, he's going to run out.
was pretty wild.
The Supra allows the Lamborghini a little bit of a jump, knowing that it's got enough horsepower to chase it down, which it does quite handily as soon as the boost comes on.
Super's fast.
Super's fast?
Lambo's not so fast.
Hey, what's up guys? Supercar Street Racing here, headed out towards the pool. I'm going to show you guys exactly what's going on out here. And it is raining. Might put up a live video here shortly. So we are going to start this pool remodel here within the next 3 weeks or so. It is about a $35,000 pool remodel. So just so you guys know, this pool is a Marcite pool. So basically like a cement type of mix. And you're not going to be able to see it from here with all the leaves on top and everything. But basically the Marcite will get stained over the years of the chemicals, and eventually you have to resurface your pool. Well, now everyone is using things like PebbleTech and other aggregates that have like glass in them and things like that. So we are going to be going with a much higher quality surface on this. So they will be pulling all this surface off, and also the tile around the pool deck. I don't know if you can see it from here. It's raining, so I'm not going out. But that tile right there is coming out and going away in place of some really nice glass tile, which I will put up on the screen here at one point in this video. And then also this pool deck, as you can see here, is a material called Cool Deck, which does not get hot in the sun. But you see how it's coming up here? So it's been like that since I bought the house. So we are going to be putting down travertine on this whole entire pool deck. So this is the biggest expense of the project, is the travertine, going all the way here, all the way around there, and then underneath my patio, all this will be travertine here. And then over here, they don't even know this yet, but I am going to have them extend out to there because we have no place to put the chairs in the afternoon when the sun is down over here. So probably get some concrete down there and some travertine laid right there, and then we'll have a place to move these chairs, because in the summertime these trees like to get right in the way of the light here when you're trying to tan. But yeah, it's really nice out right now. It's raining. I do have a work event later that's going to be pretty fun. I'm stoked about that. But yeah, so glass tile all around the edge of the pool, glass tile on the steps, and then travertine all here, and then cool decking on the pool deck is coming out, and travertine going in place. I think I just said that. And I don't know why this rotisserie chicken container is over here in the middle of nowhere. It's really strange. But anyway, guys, this is going to be part one. Part two will be shot tomorrow when the pavers guy comes and looks at everything. I will give you guys an update on how we're going to do all this after we figure it out ourselves. But the plan is that travertine will be laid on top of all of this stuff. And then when that's done, I think right here I'm going to do a built-in bar with a nice little fridge and a barbecue grill and all that in that little space right there, and ditch this standalone grill over here. But yeah, guys, so just wanted to give a quick little update And I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will talk to you guys tomorrow after we get the guys out here to look at everything again. going on, guys? It is Tuesday evening and just got off the phone with Chris Rudnick, Ricer Miata, talking about N54 3 series stuff. But when I got home, I did have a little gift waiting right here. So this came in today for the SL65. Apparently it works on a lot of different R230 models, so let's give it a little open here. So this is whatever comes out of the box correctly. This is supposed to be a double DIN dash kit for the R230. There's actually only one company that makes this, so this is what's in the box. Faceplate, the mounting cage, everything you need to get rid of the crappy Command super old navigation system and replace it with a modern system. Now, in this car, the SL65 is getting an Android double DIN head unit, which is amazing. It'll be able to show OBD information, so we'll be able to see boosts and RPMs and oil pressure, oil temperature, whatever you can configure it for, and it works with Bluetooth, has navigation, pretty much everything. Backup camera. You can add anything that you can do with your phone or tablet, you can do with it. So stay tuned, that's coming up, but we do have the mounting kit for it. So we'll see you soon. My dad made me this plasma cut guitar on his plasma table, and when I got back with it, I decided to try some modifications to it to see what they would look like. So the first thing I did was I acid washed it with muriatic acid. It had a nice copper tone to it, and then I accidentally messed it up by washing it with water. So it does still have some acid wash on it. The look, kind of a patina look, but I also sprayed metallic copper paint and metallic silver hammered paint on it. Then I cut the holes around the edges just with a regular drill. Cut 2 holes to hang it with. Then the strings are made out of Romex ground wire. They were kind of hard to do, but if I get my dad to cut it again, I'd probably just put holes down here and these slots could go away, and then the wires could go directly to the holes. And here's the backlit LED strip. So this is a LED strip that I ordered on geek.com. This is the remote for it. It has a bunch of different patterns. You can slow down and speed up the rate of the fading, and it's basically just stuck to the back with the adhesive backing that it comes with, and then also hot glue, which is very difficult to stick to metal. So here's what it looks like with I also have an LED strip down there, but that's what it looks like with no other lights on in the room. And here, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can slow that down. Okay, so that's it. LED backlit plasma cut guitar. We're back again at Supercar Street Racing, all the way out here in Studio A today, where it's nice and cool, but it's hot outside, and today we're looking at Pixverse. Now, Pixverse reached out to Supercar Street Racing to see if we wanted to talk to you guys about this very cool AI video and image service. It's sitting right up here on the screen today. I have spent quite a bit of time using it now. I'm going to tell you what I did, how we're going to use this, and you're going to see it in this actual video. Let's get it done. Let's take a look at Pixverse and how it can help you and your creativity. Back in Studio A once again with Supercar Street Racing. I'm so happy to have you guys in the studio with all the fly lighting and cool equipment we have in here. And today, Pixverse reached out to us to see if we were interested in working with them on the Pixverse AI video and image generation tool. And it's sitting right here in the background, and I have spent quite a few hours with it. I made some cool things that you're gonna see today in this actual video, and I might even switch from my traditional AI program to this. Now, as you guys know, if you watch my videos, I use AI a lot in them to add a little bit of fun to the videos and kind of as bumpers and on the opens. So I spent a lot of time working on this on camera for you guys. So the first thing we need to do is go ahead and throw it back into Studio B, where we can take a look at all the cool features of AI in Pixverse. Okay, we're here today with a new sponsor. Pixverse reached out to us and wanted us to show you their very cool, very creative website where you can do so much with AI video. So we're gonna go through the first part of this right now, and that is image or text. So let's get our prompt up here. We're gonna paste our prompt right here. So I pasted this into the prompt area, and then all we have to do now is just give it some sound. You can see I've created some stuff already. So it's in the queue now at 3%, and there is the final product. And that's kind of an idea of what the image to text can give you. All right, so the next thing we're gonna talk about here is called transition. Basically, you give it a first frame of video and you give it a last frame of video, and then you describe what happens. You look on my screen right here, I basically took a picture of the astronaut on the moon. That was my first frame. And then my second frame was another picture of an astronaut on the moon. And then I added a prompt down here. The astronaut on the moon turns to look at the American flag, then looks back at the camera. Here's some of the cool things that it did with that nice effect there. And you can see the 2 frames here, and then you can see what the AI generated looks very awesome, where the man turns on the moon and checks out the flag, and it looks very realistic. Now this is using their version 5 up here as well, which is their newest version. So this is cool. The 2 actual pictures are right here. I used this photo, and that's all I did to do the transition thing, and it looks very cool. Okay, so now let's look at the extend feature of Pixverse. This is pretty cool. You can extend a video, and I am going to do that to one of the videos that I created already. All right, I am uploading a video that I created with another AI service. It did switch the resolution to match what we have, and we're gonna make it 8 seconds. Let's create it. It's gonna cost us 80 credits. So here's the prompt I used to create the video, and it stopped right there. Let's see what it's doing. It is done. All right, let's see what it came up with. It's supposed to extend this. A little bit of clipping there on my leg going up the ladder, and he's going up a ladder that doesn't exist now, but it did extend it. If we gave it a second shot, it would probably do better. But that's how extend works. It took my 5-second video and made it into 8 seconds. And technically you could take something shorter than that and also make it into 5 or 8 seconds. All right, sound I have not done yet. Apparently sound allows you to add sound to any video by describing the scene. So let's do that with the same video. The sounds of rockets taking off, and that is fast on that one for sure. And here it is, let's download it. And it did work, it did put that sound in the background, that's pretty cool. You can also select to keep the original audio as well, and you can go in off-peak mode, meaning it doesn't cost you as much because you're generating in off-peak hours. So this next one will allow you to upload a video and then generate a script for it. So I'm gonna do that for this video that it created. So I'm gonna put this in there. This is the video that Pixverse just extended. I just typed in, the man is walking up the stairs, he's ready for a trip to the stars. And it is going to automatically pick a voice. Let's go ahead and create this.
The man is walking up the stairs, he's ready for a trip to the stars.
All right, it did
The man
work.
is walking up the stairs. He's ready for a trip to the stars.
And of course, you can pick your own voice.
Hey, I'm Ethan,
Hi, I'm Adrian, young and free.
I'm Oliver, full of energy and...
I'm James, been through a lot.
I'm Leo.
What's going on, everybody? It's Friday in Florida. Confusing weather. Wants to be cold one day, hot the next day. Nobody knows how to act. So today, who knows? Could freeze, could burn up. Little update on the carbon fiber, and then we're gonna reveal it. So I've been waiting for this carbon fiber from Italy it took exactly 1 month to ship carbon fiber pieces from Italy from a forum member via Correios, which is, I believe, the Italian post office. And finally got this stuff, been tracking it over a 30-day period and been freaking out because thought it was stuck in customs, but it did get here finally. Had an appointment to get it put in because I wanted a professional to do it. So because the door panels had to be taken off, and I also wanted to do the door speakers at the same time. I have had some Infinity Kappas, not the new crappy ones. I have the old school ones from 2008, brand new in the box that I bought about a year ago, and I have not put them in yet. So my plan was to do everything at once, and so I brought everything to Audio Design and Custom Graphics in Jacksonville. Long story short, they had the car for 2 days, charged me like 500 bucks, and had some bad news once I got to see the car. So the next thing you're going to see is the nightmare that I've been going through for about a week and a half now with this carbon fiber that I bought from a forum member who has not responded to my emails since I complained about a few things with the carbon fiber. So headed to the auto parts store, pick up some more Plastidip. I'll update you after that. Headed into Advanced Auto Parts to get some Plastidip, and I'm going to show you guys kind of what they have here, what kind of selection here in a second. Taking a look at what they got here cleaning wise. Looking for some engine cleaner and shine. I don't even know if they carry that anymore. Still looking. Where's engine clean? Alright, I'm gonna locate this. Be back. Alright, I've looked all over the place for engine clean, but I did find the Plastidip. I'm gonna get a bottle of this. Got everything I needed from Advanced Auto Parts. So I'm headed back home. Gonna do the big carbon fiber reveal, except for this line that I don't know if I'm going to be able to get around. So I'm gonna pull a U-turn here, which I'm not supposed to do. Found a bunch of stuff in the auto parts store for a project that is coming up. I've actually got 3 projects in the works, some how-to videos coming up. The first one though for today is the carbon fiber reveal. That's coming up right now. What's going on, everybody, out here in the garage? I'm gonna take a look at the stock parts with you guys first. So these are the stock interior parts. You can see they are made of wood. Those are the door panel pieces there. This is the center console piece here. And, whoops, hit me right in the head. This is the factory shifter without keyless go. And that is the factory cup holder, going to be explained, and the ashtray interior, which I'm going to explain in a moment. So let's take a look at this by putting the top down here. And you can't put the top down in the SL65 with the trunk lid open. So phone tried to pair with the Bluetooth on the joying and it stopped my video. But anyway, trickle charger is plugged in, so I can't shut the trunk. Unplug that. Close the trunk. And now we should be able to put this down to get some more light. There goes the roof. If anybody's wondering how that roof works, that's it. German engineering. Go figure. And it says retractable roof closed. All right, let's take a look at the carbon fiber pieces and the nightmares that I have had. First of all, most of the carbon fiber pieces were warped. You can clearly see that right here. It does not fit. It's warped right here. It fits pretty good. You can barely tell, but it bothers me. I'm a stickler. Also, one of the carbon fiber pieces, door panel pieces, was scratched. I think it's that one right there. Yep, there's a scratch right there. That might be able to be buffed out, high-speed buffed out. Now, here is the biggest issue that I have. Very big issue. This center console does not fit at all whatsoever. Here's the problem. Not only was it warped very badly, it's also cracked right here, right across this, which is hard to see, but it is cracked throughout the clear coat right here. It doesn't push down all the way on this side. It's hardly noticeable, but it is there because the whole entire piece is warped. There are no screws in it because you can't push it down enough to get the screws in the side, and two of the bolt screw tabs were broken off from the box, literally out of that packaging that I just showed you. This is the new shift knob. This is the best of everything that came. It is not damaged. It has keyless go on top. However, I do not have keyless go in my car. So basically it is a nice nice looking upgrade, but this button does nothing, as you can see. So there you have it. Center console carbon fiber replacement for the wood. Door panel carbon fiber replacement for the wood. And door panel carbon fiber replacement. Yes, I have contacted the person I bought this from 4 or 5 times, and they stopped responding to my emails. I was going to show you guys the biggest issue here, and that was getting this cup holder back in, and it still is not right. It is wanting to I literally had to remove the cup holder completely, that big cup holder unit, take off the front pieces and glue them to this plastic silver piece, which is then glued to this. And I barely got everything back in, and it is kind of janky looking, and that bothers me because my interior is 100%. What I'm gonna have to do, unfortunately, is get a new center console piece at some point. This one just sucks. It's terrible, and I can't get the seller to respond to me. I should have bought it brand new, but I saved $700. The only thing that makes this deal worth it is I got the shifter, which is normally $250. I got everything for $1,000, but it took a month to get here. There was some miscommunications because he doesn't speak English. So that's the story. That's what happened with the carbon fiber. We're gonna see you guys again pretty soon. I've got a nice little project coming up regarding this interior.
Power on. Bluetooth mode. Connected.
Welcome back to the channel, and we are here in the SCSR bathroom today to take a look at this IPX7 waterproof Bluetooth speaker. Now, this was graciously provided to me from the manufacturer to go ahead and check out. So today we're going to unbox it, see what's inside, test it out, and let you know how good it is. Back in the Supercar Street Racing bathroom again with Brad, and today we have this IPX7 wireless Bluetooth waterproof speaker for the shower on the channel to check out with the funniest name ever, PRSCFUM. It's like perfume misspelled. So I don't know what that's all about, but it does have some pretty cool packaging. I was kind of impressed by this right off the bat when I saw the packaging, like they're trying to copy some higher end packaging or whatever. But next, let's open this up and see what's inside. We got the IPX7 here in Supercar Street Racing, and inside of the box, which I've already opened so I can charge it for you guys, we are going to find the following goodies. Like I said, really, really cool packaging and a very, very nice display here when you open up the box. And right inside the box, you do see the actual Bluetooth speaker in here. And when you take it out, you can see it is kind of like a show device, so or a dot. So I don't want to say it to wake up the friends there, but you can see it does look like a dot here if you check it out. This one is white and black, and on top it does have controls, which I will explain to you here in a moment. But taking a good look at this, it has a way to hang it right there, and also it has a way to hook it on the back if you happen to have a screw available. A lot of people don't have that in their shower obviously because they have tile, but this has a couple of different ways to hang it up. One of them being you could just put it on a string and hang it from your shower curtain rod there. And then now let's take a look at what's in the instruction manual. So taking a look at the instruction manual, here on the first page, just some gentle reminders here about keeping it away from children and things like that. And then it shows you how to operate the on-off key by holding the power button for 3 seconds to turn it off or on. And then resetting it, you hold the power button down for 8 seconds. And as we move to the next page, you can see it shows you how to go next and previous to play the next song, or you short press it to turn up the volume or turn down the volume. You can adjust the light here, and you can switch between Bluetooth mode and FM mode here on this page also. And then it shows you your display screen, your display clock, the FM frequency, and then how to actually go ahead and wirelessly pair. And it does remind you should be charging this thing for at least 2 hours before you go for your first rip with it. Next page, we got the TWS interconnect, which just shows you that you can connect 2 of these speakers together, which is pretty cool. And then down at the bottom, it shows you how you can reset the speaker by holding the power button down for 8 seconds until the red light flashes and the speaker turns off. And then after restarting, the pairing is separated. And then the last page just shows you your charging equipment, your activation and your warranty, and has some technical specifications about your Bluetooth speaker. And that's pretty much it for the instruction manual. Now that we took a look at the IPX7, we're going to take a look at what's inside the accessories box here now. So what did it actually come with? Well, inside of this box, you're just going to find 2 simple things. You're going to find this instruction manual, and then you're also going to find this USB Type-C cable to charge your brand new Bluetooth waterproof speaker. And they gave you one more surprise goodie that's buried way down in there, and it is a little suction cup. So you can take this suction cup and you can actually put it in the back there where that screw hole is, and then you can suction it right to the tile, and it sticks up on the tile really cool. So even if you don't have a place to set it down, you can use this suction cup and go ahead and put it up in your shower. Now let's take this IPX7 right into that shower and see how it performs while we get clean. Here's a good close-up look at the front of the IPX7 and a good close-up look at the box here that it comes with. But I wanted to show you guys the controls here. So basically we have the power button right here. You hold it down.
Power on. Bluetooth mode.
And then there are different ways for actually pairing it, but it did just show up When you hold down the power button initially and keep holding it down, it is ready to be paired, and it come up as S3 on the phone. And then once you are connected to the device, this is your volume up and your volume down button. This button here controls the lights, so right now it is just on an endless cycle. But if you do push this button again, you can go to a solid color, and it'll go right through all the solid colors until you get right back to the cycling of the LEDs. Now, my one question was how to set the clock, and I did look in the manual for a while for that. But as soon as I connected it to the phone, the time did update. So I guess it gets it from Bluetooth would be my guess. Now, once that is all connected, then you just have your other device, your phone or your tablet, and once you're paired to the S3, you can go ahead and play music from it from there. Okay, you just saw how this IPX7 performed in the shower, and I got in there and it sounded really good. We were listening to no copyright music. Now let's take this thing over to Brad in the Supercar Street Racing 4K production studio to check it out on Amazon. Guys, welcome back to Supercar Street Racing. We're out here in the 4K production studio, and I'm Brad. And if this is your first time on the channel, welcome. We're so happy to have you here, and we encourage you to like and subscribe to the videos. And also buy all your products through our affiliate links down below and leave comments and suggestions for me. But today we are talking about this IPX7 Bluetooth and shockproof speaker. And you can see right here, right now, when I turn on this power button, it will come on, I promise you.
Power on. Bluetooth mode.
Now, I wasn't pushing it hard enough, that's why it didn't come on immediately. And you can see right here, it does have a clock right here, and it did say connected because it is currently connected to my phone. On the back, it does have a nice slot there to put in the suction cup or either to hang it from the wall. And I do like the way the colors rotate on this. And also, you can actually change the colors just by pressing the button on the front. And then to power it off, you simply hold that down.
Power off.
And it does say power off. Comes in this stylish box with a USB Type-C charging cable and a suction cup for the back. And taking a look here at the reviews, it does have a 4.9 rating, which is actually really good. 37 ratings, and it is rated at a 4.9, a 95% rating. It is IP67 waterproof and shower speaker is what they're calling it, but I guess you could use it on the water also. 6 LED light patterns. Basically, it'll cycle through the lights, or you can actually just put it on one individual color. It has the sucker thing on the back to stick it up on the wall there in your shower or other places. It does have an LCD display that shows you the time and the battery and the track number. And it says it is true wireless stereo, so it thinks it is a stereo speaker. And now let's take a look at some of the reviews on the. And now look at the. I just wanted you guys to see the name, because it's funny what they think that they when they name these things that they think we understand the names. It's Perksfum, I guess. I have no idea. But taking a look at the ratings, it has 5 stars. Great sound quality for how portable it is. This next one says this speaker is actually nice, and it does show the speaker right here with the colors on it. And this says great little product, gets loud for its size. I'm using it as a computer speaker and it gets the job done. Absolutely agree. You saw me in there in the shower. I had no issues whatsoever with it in the shower. It did get wet, and also it sounded pretty good in there, I'm not gonna lie. Very satisfied with this product. Super fun. Great shower speaker, loud, and then there's some pictures of the box here. And it does have an FM radio, which we did not even show you on this review, but it does do FM radio as well. And this is from another country, so it is in a different language. Now, if we go back out to the main page here, there are some other speakers here for you to check out. There's one here for $29. Not sure if it actually does RGB LED where it spins around the top like that. There is some other ones here for $15 and things like that. There are plenty of options available for a Bluetooth speaker for your shower, but this one is actually a really good option. Let's take a look at some of the pictures here. Now you can see the front here, the buttons on it, and if we get to the side here, the USB Type-C jack does have a waterproof little plug in there to keep water from getting on the speaker. Now it only has one picture of the device, and it does have one video. Let's see if we can call that up.
Speaker for the shower. Love that it just suctions on anywhere. It's a good strong suction.
So somebody just did a video review of this.
Works with Bluetooth, recharges. Awesome. Has volume levels. Has the Thunderbolt light. Seriously, it's been the best thing. It's waterproof, so it's fun too. Also, we can take it on the boat. It has like a little thing.
There you go.
Like a string too, so it hooks on and not worrying about it getting water damage because it's waterproof. Works super well, goes really loud.
All right, so you can see in this review, she did say that they do take it on a boat, so that is very interesting. That's another use for the IPX7. And once again, please buy this through my affiliate link down in the comments section below. Anything you can do for us, and you don't have to buy this product, you can buy anything you want through any of my links. Click any of my links when you're going to Amazon and buy anything you want. And that gives me a little help with the channel because we do lose money. Now this one was provided for us, so we didn't lose anything on this, but it still helps the channel greatly if you could buy through our links. And please like and subscribe and hit the bell icon, and we'll see you next time. I don't have to take a shower, but I'm peace out. Guys, we are back from vacation, and today we have taken the wine fridge out here. We have to get this area cleaned up and then get the lights installed underneath this. I don't know quite how I'm gonna do it yet. It should be pretty simple, but we might have to cut a little bit of drywall to do it. I'm not sure. Doesn't matter though, this whole thing is getting painted. This whole kitchen is being painted as soon as the appliances go in. So we already put the wine fridge out on the curb, me and Patricia. Now I just got to vacuum this out and work on these lights. And we're going to get that going. And I think I'm going to remove this Alexa because we already have it on this fridge. There's no point in having two screens in here. It kind of complicates things. I can move that elsewhere. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. After a short vacation, I went on a cruise and a vacation. We came back to find where we left off over here. We had installed the lights underneath that cabinet and we found out that we can only go right to left. That means the power wire has to either go underneath or on top. There is a gap. I am going to have to probably at least make a hole in the drywall right there for the wire to get behind there, because unfortunately the shelf is not even all the way. It's gapped there, but not right here. So first things first, we got to get this cleaned out because it looks like very bad and hasn't been opened up without a wine fridge for probably 5 years at least. Of note, I was having issues with the cameras outside, and this guy right here is the Hero 6 Pro. And it was in here. I tried it in the garage on the other side of the wall. Still not a lot of luck. So I ended up going ahead and getting a Hero 6 extender. And I still got to tie the wires up, but I put it right up here where there's power on the corner of the house. That gives me a good Wi-Fi signal out here to the cameras. And so this camera out here is now working perfectly. The one on the other side of the house, however, is still flaky, and there's a Hero 6 Pro like 5 feet from it, so I don't know what I'm going to do about that. But yeah, so now I've got a little bit better Wi-Fi coverage on the corner of the house where I have cameras, and as you guys know, I have like 10 cameras and like 6 Wi-Fi devices. Also, just remembered I need to order lights for behind the new wine fridge. This whole thing needs to be lit up. I wish I could do lights over here. Just not really a good way to do it unless I did it. I guess I could do it on the top. I'm gonna order white LEDs to put on the top of this and the top of this. Absolutely am. And back here I put power in way back in the day. Yeah. All right, let's get this clean. You can see right there There, it was looking pretty gnarly, dude. Underneath the lip where you couldn't really clean it. All right, we did get everything removed from underneath the cabinet now. So we are ready to go ahead and start installing. We also need to move everything off the top of this because we're going to try to get the wire back there if we can. If not, we will run it underneath or into the wall. All right, these are the 9-foot Govee string downlights. So what we want to do right now is get these out to kind of get an idea of what we're going to have to do to get these other lights installed. Let's go ahead and get this unpackaged. We would actually be perfect if we could go left to right. We could start on that side. Power would be easier, but we can't because the lights don't allow that configuration. And we have to clean the glass before we start sticking. But let's lay out the lights first. Just don't know what we do with the wire over there. Okay, up here in the back, the wire will not fit through there to drill, then drill through here. So I'm going to get a razor knife and see if I can cut a channel out right here.
Got him! Got him! Oh! Whoa! Whoa!
All right, we did get the wire run behind there and drilled through the bottom. And now we are going to go ahead and stick. That's kind of not a great place for it there, but I'm gonna try to go ahead and get this cleaned and stuck on. Went ahead and put the cable mostly inside the wall here. That way it can completely be hidden, the connector. And what we'll do is we'll just fill over that and then when they paint the kitchen. Now I'm gonna go ahead and clean under here to get the lights stuck on. I got the first part of this done before the appliances get delivered, and I did get the power ran up here and the wire stuffed behind the shelf mostly. And then over here we will have to patch, and we will just go ahead and embed that wire in the wall. And then the Echo Show goes right there. Now I'm just going to clean all this up and get to work at my regular job. just like that, and we're done with this lighting project. Okay, now that both sides of the lighting project are complete, we can go ahead and put these devices on same device type in the Govee app so that we can control them all at once. I'm going to go ahead and configure that now, but I wanted to let you guys see how this looked with the kitchen lights off all the way. And so that's with the lights set between warm and cool, and I was successful except for that part where we have to fill right here where I got the wiring. But yeah, it looks really cool. I'm really happy with it. And you can see the fridge has its own edge lighting as well. I'm gonna go ahead and do like device on here and get these lights synced up with each other. All right, now I have to get everything back underneath the sink here, and then that will complete this project. The only thing I can say is these lights do not do a good warm white. If you want warm white, you need to get a different set. These are almost yellow when you put warm white. In fact, they look completely yellow. This is halfway between warm and cool. And as you know, this stove has edge lighting. And if we go here and we hold down the settings menu here, you drag the little slider and you can see it going through all the settings. And there's the edge lighting. You click OK, OK. And then you can select a color here, natural, cool, or warm. And put it on cool. So now it is on cool white down here. There's what it looks like. So what we'll probably do now is put these lights on cool. The kitchen ceiling lights are warm white. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put everything back under the cabinet and wrap this up, and you guys can join me while I do that. Pretty gross. Hey guys, welcome back to Supercar Street Racing. So glad to have you with us today again on a beautiful Sunday. And today we're going to be taking a look at the media mod for the GoPro Hero. And I have a 10 black right below you right there, but this also works on the 11. And I think the 9, not 100% sure, but we know it works for sure on the 10 and 11. We're going to look at that today on the channel. Stick with us. Guys, it is Sunday Fun Day. We're back on Supercar Street Racing today with this media mod for the GoPro Hero 9 Black, Hero 10 Black, and Hero 11 Black. It is water resistant. It has a directional mic, a mic port, HDMI out, and USB-C ports. So you need this if you're going to connect an external mic to your GoPro. And I have not opened this yet. It is still packaged up in the box here, and I'm wondering if we can open it without doing anything to the actual packaging. I guess we cannot. They make it impossible not to tear up here. And so let's get this thing open and see what's inside. Kind of excited about this because I have a DJI mic kit. As you can see on the channel, there is a review for that. And this is the only way to use the DJI mic with the GoPro. Now, one thing I did read and saw online is that the GoPro and the Hero mic, sorry, the DJI mic will not fit on the shoe of the media mod all the way. It kind of just partially fits on there. And it looks like it did come with some mounts here for tripod and other. We're gonna see real quick what these are. This is to screw the device to anything that you use, any kind of mount. That I already have one of those. I have several actually. It's about, I think about $75 to $79. I can't remember exactly. From what I read, the directional mic is not even that great in this. Not any better than the internal. And they give you a little windscreen for your directional mic there. And looking inside the packaging here, there is a manual that comes with this. It's got a limited lifetime warranty, it says right there. And here are the directions. So we have my GoPro Hero 10 Black right here. So first thing you have to do is remove the door on the device. And it does just pop right off, as you can see right here and right now. And then this media mod case right here. It says next that you slide this thing down, open that up, which is just like the door on the side of the GoPro. And then it says you slide the Hero 10 Black into it, and obviously it can only go one way. This looks like the back because it's got ports on it. This is like the front because it's got a mic there. And the GoPro Hero 10 Black slides right in there just like that, as you can see. And it says that there is a USB Type-C that should have plugged in on the side. Let's see. Yep, so there's the USB Type-C that goes into the side of the GoPro, which actually interfaces this. And you cannot get a copy of this. This is only available from GoPro themselves. Notice that it is in all the way now. Now, to take your memory card out, you do have to remove the case, which is not a big deal. It takes 5 seconds. It's the same as having to open the battery door. Now it says close the case here, but guess what? I did not put a battery in it. You have to do that first. That has not changed. We have a battery in it. Slide it in, and I did see the light pop on the GoPro, and it closes like that. And now this thing is completely inside of that. Now down here are the little GoPro accessory things, which are a little bit harder to get to. And it looks like this is some kind of shoe mount. And you have a shoe on top there like you did before. Going further in the manual, it says that you can then hook your little handle up to this, but I have a flexible clamp. And it says if you want to use your little windscreen right here, you can do that as well. And it just snaps on and pops off right here. Pretty simple. Just kind of like that, as you guys can see. And that is pretty much the only directions they give you with the Hero 10. And this, I guess, I don't know what this is actually for. But our mic is actually on top of the camera, the phone right now, so we're gonna have to take that off in order to test it out. But the way you connect a mic to this is this 3.5 millimeter jack right here. So you can kind of get your DJI mic in here. It won't go in all the way from what I read. So let's get the microphone off of the phone and onto this. When we do that, we will switch to phone recording, so the audio is going to change up a little bit at that point. Let's try that now. Alright guys, we are back with the GoPro Hero 10 Black and the DJI mic. And as you can see right here, I've got the shoe adapter, and it's also kind of a clip-on thing back on the DJI receiver. Once you have that, if you get your GoPro Hero 10 or Hero 11 Black, you can see this will slide somewhat into the shoe on top of the camera here. It might work on the side, I haven't tried it. Barely goes in the side shoe. And it will slide a little bit into the top. Now I bet if you trimmed off a little bit of that shoe, just take a little bit off, it would slide all the way in, which maybe like a little bit on the grinder or just clip a little bit off of it. It looks like it'll go all the way in the top. Now that that's mounted, you need the 3.5 millimeter cable to go from this receiver output to the back here on the media mod. So let's go grab our 3.5 millimeter cable. This is the 3.5 millimeter cable that DJI supplies with the actual mic. And what you want to do here now is come to the output of your receiver there, plug it there, open up the back here where you see the 3.5 millimeter plug that straight into the GoPro like that. This other port right here is a USB Type-C. And then that is, of course, a mini or micro HDMI. I think it's called a micro HDMI. A lot of people hate this port. It's not very robust and tends to break, but there you see the whole package here now with the wireless mic on top, which I think I'm going to try to grind the shoe down a little bit and kind of trim it off. And that is the whole package. All ready to go with the media mod. You still have a side shoe here for a light if you wanted to. And that is it. So now what we can do is switch over to the GoPro, start recording on the GoPro with our wireless mic, and see if that actually works. All right, we powered on the GoPro and it says media mod connected. And the cool thing is I can see my audio down at the bottom from my wireless mic already going. So it wants to update the time from the app. So I'm going to do that now from the phone, but see right there, before that it said media mod connected. Okay, we are now recording on the GoPro Hero 10 Black and on the phone at the same time. However, the audio from the Hero 10 Black is using my microphone, I believe. Yep, I just touched the mic and we could see on the back here that we have the level meters from the wireless mic from the DJI mic, and you can see on the front here the level meters on the DJI receiver. So we have successfully set up the media mod for the GoPro Hero 10 Black. Now, I don't know exactly what this guy does here. It's some kind of shoe mount as well, but I like to use my Hero mostly on this thing. And so on the bottom of the Hero, there's two little tabs that come up for Hero related accessories. So you just pull those out basically, and they go between these little slots here. You're a slot. And yeah, just like that. And then you put your thingy through it like that and screw it in, and now this thing is ready to go shoot some videos and can be clamped on. And it has this extra clamping force thing if you need to make it actually tighter. But there you go, that is the Hero 10 Black, and with the GoPro Media Mod and the DJI mic fully attached. And now we can go into the Supercar Street Racing Studios and take a look at this online, see what it costs, and see what people are saying about the media mod, because a lot of people are unhappy that they have to spend this much money after getting a GoPro just to connect an external mic to it. Doesn't make much sense. But because you can't connect directly to the USB Type-C port on the side like you can to your phone with this phone adapter here with the DJI mic. All right, let's head into the studio now. Today, we are going to be taking a look. Welcome back once again to the beautiful editing studios here at Supercar Street Racing. This studio is capable of editing in 4K, super high resolution, super fast editing machine sitting right down here underneath me. And today we're taking a look at this GoPro Media Mod. Now, what do you need a GoPro Media Mod for? Well, you need it in order to connect an external microphone to your GoPro Hero 9 Black, Hero 10 Black, or Hero 11 of Black. And as you can see right here and right now, looking at this on the screen here, for 79 bucks you do not get the capability built in the GoPro. Now, I know it kind of sucks that you buy a GoPro and you can't do this, but they're making extra money on this guy right here, and you just have to buy it if you want to hook up an external microphone or maybe have an extra place to put a light on. And as you can see, it also has on the back, it doesn't show it here, but it has a port for HDMI as well as a 3.5-inch microphone here. And this guy is $79, and I don't know why it would have a bad review, anything under $5. It just does what it does. The microphone is not that great. It's about the same as the built-in mic, so you're better off, of course, with an external microphone, and we will have a link to this guy right in the description. We really appreciate you guys buying through our affiliate links. It helps the channel out greatly because we don't make any money on the channel. We actually lose money, and so we make $1 or $2 off when you guys buy any Amazon products. You don't have to buy the media mod. You can buy anything by clicking through this link, and it helps us out greatly. But back to the GoPro Hero Media Mod. You can only buy this guy through GoPro. Nobody else makes accessories for it, and GoPro would probably sue them if they tried because they're trying their best to get rich off of this GoPro Media Mod. Now, I did verify after the fact that the receiver for the DJI mic does fit right here in the shoe, as you can see right here on this side. The shoe on the side of it, the GoPro or the DJI receiver fits pretty good in there. It's a little bit tight. Like I said, I might grind some off of it and see if I can get it to fit better. Other than that, no complaints about the media mod for the GoPro. Guys, thanks for joining us on Supercar Street Racing. We'll see you guys next time. The media mod for the GoPro Hero 10 and 11. All right, 335i 0 to 60 and more with a tune. So that's transmission XHP flashed. Stage 2, E85 30% mix with just downpipes and a tune. Hey guys, Supercar Street Racing and Brad here once again with an exciting product today from Amazon. We have a Fire TV Cube sitting right here in front of me to add to our home theater room, which we are in right now. You can see this behind me is the home theater couch. And today we're going to get this thing unboxed and take a look at what's inside. I've not owned one of these before, but I'm excited to make this the #1 media outlet center in my home theater room. So this is going to do everything for me for my brand new Marantz Cinema 50 receiver. Let's get this thing open today on Supercar Street Racing. Thank you for joining, and like and subscribe if you're new. Guys, Supercar Street Racing back once again, and we have something very special to show you today, and that is the Amazon Fire TV Cube. Now, I've been interested in this for a while now, and I finally went ahead and bit the bullet when I got my new Marantz Cinema 50 receiver. This guy right here is going to be the heart of my new home theater system, and this is going to provide all of the good video inputs and apps that I need to go ahead and watch on the Cinema 50 in my Dolby Atmos home theater room. Now you can see right in front of me, right below this Tesla, is the Fire TV Cube. Let's go ahead and take a look at the outside of the box first. All right, so taking a look at the box, on the front it does say Fire TV Cube. It says 4K HDR, and it does support Wi-Fi 6. That is a new thing for the new Fire TV Cube, which has an improved processor as well. It does support Wi-Fi 6E for faster Wi-Fi transfers. Moving to the front of the box, around the top here, it shows some of the apps that you can use for entertainment purposes. Things like Netflix, HBO Max, Freevee, Hulu, YouTube, Disney, and a few other more like Apple TV. That is all sitting on the front of the box. Now moving to the side of the box right here, you can see that it says it works hands-free with your smart home system from Amazon. It has Wi-Fi 6 tri-band, 4K Ultra HD, high dynamic range, Dolby Vision with Atmos, and a octa-core processor, which is also new. It is the fastest processor available in an Amazon smart device. Now the other side of the box is pretty simple. It shows you some more streaming service right here. It tells you what is included in the box. You do get the Fire TV Cube. You get a Fire TV voice remote, you get AAA batteries, and you do get a power adapter. What you need in order to actually use this though, is you need a high-speed internet connection, you need an HD TV or 4K HD TV with HDMI inputs, and you do need a high-speed HDMI cable. And that's a look at the outside of the box on the Fire TV Cube. The next thing we need to do here is go ahead and unbox this thing and see what is inside the actual box. Hey guys, Brad back once again in front of the Fire TV Cube, and now it is time to do the meat and potatoes of this channel. We need to go ahead and get this guy unboxed right now. So let's go ahead and do it. Now I did cheat a little bit and already removed something from the packaging. So I am actually doing this. I already removed the seal from the bottom. Looks like you just flip that up and it does open just like that, if you guys can see that. And the first thing I see inside of the box is a brown cardboard thing, and it looks like inside of this is our power adapter. It is our power adapter, and it is not a USB Type-C adapter. It has the round plug like the other devices do. Now this might be to keep you from getting confused and accidentally plugging in the wrong thing to this, because you do need a higher powered plug for this guy here. Now let's get the peel sat. Oh, it failed. Okay, that was harder peel side. It was kind of stuck on there. All peeled, ready to go. There is our power brick, and notice the end is one of those round type ones like are on all the show devices. And deeper inside the box here, there is a empty box, literally a box of nothing. And that is planned because it was just keeping everything close together inside of this box. We don't need this where we're going. And then in the back of this box here, we do have a nice manual here. It says hello on it. And inside the manual here, it kind of just shows you what the connections are all for, what all the buttons do, how to position your Fire TV Cube, etc. And we will go over that once we get everything out and hooked up to the theater system. All right, now it's time to go ahead and get the Fire TV Cube out of the box itself. There is the Fire TV Cube there. And then right below it, we do have a set of AAA batteries. And then right below that, we do see the Fire remote control here, looking so fresh, brand new with that peel sat. Not very good sat. Boy, these are way harder to open now. There's our remote control. Let's go ahead and put the batteries in it while we have a chance. You just push forward and slide that right off. And then they do go with plus facing the top of the remote. And we now have our remote control ready to go. And we are done with this box. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way. We don't need that where we're going either. And now let's go ahead and peel sat the Fire TV Cube. Here is the Fire TV Cube right in front of me now. And you can see on the top, it does have 4 buttons there. The rest of it is just black. And then on the back, there is an HDMI in and an HDMI out. We'll have to explore what that in does later. We are down here with the brand new Marantz Cinema 50, where we are going to be connecting our brand new Fire TV Cube. And I think for now, a good place for it to sit will just be right next to this, because we ordered a new shelf and it has not arrived yet. Now the Cinema 50 has plenty of inputs for this. We're gonna go ahead and put it into the media player port using an HDMI cable that is compatible with 4K. All right, we are behind the Marantz Cinema 50 right now, and you can see all the inputs right there. All we have to do is just find the one for media player and go ahead and plug in our HDMI cable there. We do have our HDMI cable right here. Let's go ahead and see if we can find the correct input here. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and plug our HDMI cable into we're gonna use the cable sat. It's the first input all the way over here, and we are plugged in and ready to go right there. The other side of this will be our Fire TV Cube, so let's go ahead and grab that. There's our cube right there. Put that down there for now. And we need our power brick. Let's go ahead and supply power. And there is a power connector right on the back of this guy. Is right there. See if it lights up. And there goes the light bar around the top. It did make the boot up sound. And I think we need to do the rest from the Alexa app. All right, we need to go ahead and plug in our HDMI cable also to the back of our Fire TV here. Remember, there is an in and an out, so don't get them confused. Here is the output. Right there. Notice it does not have a headphone jack either. If you were hoping to have audio out of this, forget it. They've started deleting those from everything. All right, it wanted us to turn on our projector, so here is our projector, and we now have to use our receiver instead of the projector. So let's go ahead to the receiver input. So basically we're changing our input on our projector to the Cinema 50. The Cinema 50 is now on, and there is it automatically went to that input, which is interesting. And now it wants me to hold down the home key for 10 seconds. There it goes. Now to press the play button to start, we are in English. It already knew my Wi-Fi because I put it in when I bought the Fire TV Cube. Now it is updating to the latest software, and now it is going to restart. It might have to do that several times in order to work properly. And there is the resolution, 3840 by 2160 is what it's supposed to be. We may have to go change some settings inside of the cube to optimize the display and the sound, but it is now updating the device. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about setting up the audio. We're going to go ahead and go to the gear. This is if you have a home theater system. You're going to go to display and sounds. You want to make sure CEC device control is on. Go to audio. Surround sound is set to advanced, best available. If that doesn't work, you can change it to Dolby Digital Plus or PCM. Advanced audio, there is a volume leveler and a dialogue enhancer present in here if you want to use those. And then you can use this if you have audio sync problems. I'm going to see if it does actually do Atmos now. You guys can't watch this because it's copyrighted, but I'll blur the screen out. Okay, we have loaded up a movie. We will have to blur this out so we don't get a copyright strike, but we went ahead and opened up our Marantz app, and you can see right here on the app, it does say that we are in Dolby Atmos. So we are doing Atmos now with the new Fire TV Cube. It is working perfectly. Okay, looking at the top of the Fire TV Cube, this is the action button here, and then these are the microphones on top. There is 4 of them up on top of there, and this is the do not, this is like the mute button. Yeah, this is the microphone on off button. It's a circle with a slash through it. Then there's a whole layout here of what your remote does. It's pretty self-explanatory because I'm sure most of you have already used this device. All right, guys, that was a good look at the Fire TV Cube with Brad and Supercar Street Racing. I hope that you'll go down to the link in the description and order your own. Make sure you do use all my affiliate links because that helps us out greatly on the channel. We lose money, we don't get any money from this, and we just need to pay a few bills off with the revenue from Amazon. All right, I'm gonna be showing you guys how to install Kodi on any Android Fire device. So what you wanna do is first go find this program called Downloader. It popped up right there, go ahead and install, and it is installing Downloader. Okay, Downloader's ready. All you have to do now is click Open, click Allow, click OK, go into the enter a URL. It works like a mouse, you just move your cursor, and you type in the short code 35625. 35625. Quickly wanted to drop this in here because I forgot. In order to get the developer options, you can see on the screen what you do. You just go to the settings, you go to My Fire TV and to About, and then you hit the select button 7 times. Then your developer options mode will appear for you. Now you will want the 32-bit version in most cases. It says ARM 32-bit. It's going to ask you to install from unknown sources. It's going to deny it. So we need to go back into our settings gear. We go to My Fire TV, developer options, install unknown apps on for Downloader. Go back to the home screen, find downloader, get the ARM 32-bit version. It is staging it. I'm gonna click, you gotta push the down on the pad and go to install in the lower right, and it is installing now. Now I'm gonna show you guys how to put the crew on Kodi. Go ahead and launch Kodi and give it permissions. Go up to the top gear icon, hit that. Go to System, Add-ons, turn on unknown sources and say yes. Now if you are doing a home theater system, go to Audio, but you want to be at Advanced, so you go to the very bottom and go to Expert or Advanced. Go to Audio, and notice here it's only set for 2 channels, so you have to move this to however many channels you have, and we have 7.1. You'll also need to enable pass-through to do true Dolby Atmos and Dolby Digital. We're going to enable all these. We have all this stuff available in our receiver. We have all these technologies available. Go back button. Let's go to the very front so we show you again. Hit the gear icon now. Go to File Manager. Click on None. HTTPS. Click OK. You can go down there. If it doesn't name it for you, you can go down and enter a name for it. Let's just put crew. Go back to OK. Go down to OK here. Click OK. And we have just added our source to get the zip file to install the crew. So let's back out. Let's go to add-ons. Let's go to install from zip file. The repository is a zip file. You pick the crew that we just created. There's the repository. You click on that. Now it is installing the crew. Repository, not the actual app. Now that we have the repository, you click install from repository, you pick the crew repository, then you click video add-ons. There are a bunch, but we want the crew for now. So just click it, and then lower right is already on install. It wants dependencies to be installed. You click OK, and there it goes. It is installing the crew. 7%, and it is still counting. All right, guys, we are here in front of the SCSR editing rig inside today. Just wanted to quickly leave you guys with this one thought. I did enjoy setting up the Fire TV Cube for you guys, but I want to make one point about this box that maybe you might not know. The one thing that I don't like about this box is, there's 2 actually. One is the Ethernet port is only 100 megabits. It's not a gig. So that's a huge problem for a lot of people. If you don't have 6E, you may have some issues with, high bit rate 4K movies over Wi-Fi. So no gig Ethernet port, which is insane. It actually should have a 2.5 gig port, in my opinion, at the very least. Also, the USB port on the back is only USB-A. So if you were thinking of getting a gig Ethernet adapter, you will be limited to the speed of USB-A on the back of the Fire Cube. But go ahead and get one of these at your leisure. Pick up one, like and subscribe, and make sure you click through the link in my description to buy this Fire TV Cube. And we will see you guys on the next video. Thank you so much for joining us. What are you guys doing with Cat TV? Bubba? That's a squirrel. And it's bigger than you. Bubba, get it! Cooper, get it! Hey guys, back to the channel, and I just wanted to give a quick update video and let you guys know that we are live online right now on Supercar Street Racing channel with the studio build. That I kind of wanted to go over everything that I have done in here before I keep working. So stepping back towards the door of the studio, this is kind of what it looks like. It's kind of a mess right now, but as you can see here, we basically have all the wiring done for the speakers. So we're gonna have 7.2 audio. So there's speakers. My main speakers are these Harbinger powered monitors that will go up in that corner and that corner. We have a center channel going there. We have side surround here and side surround there. And then we have the rear surround there and in the other corner. You can also see here that we have HDMIs run for the 50-inch 4K monitor there and the 50-inch 4K monitor there. We also have all of our Cat 6 cabling run. So we have all the Cat 6 going up here to the corner where there will be a switch. We have a Netgear, I think 25 port switch that goes up in that corner, and Ethernet runs here for a television there, and I don't know what I'm putting there yet, probably one I already have. It runs back here for 2 workstations, one there, and it runs to the TV up here. Now I had some issues here with the wall box because I had never done it in foam, and now I understand how to do it a lot better. So I messed that one up completely, but it'll be covered. You won't see it at all. It'll be covered with the wall plate. All right, so yeah, so long story short, 43-inch television here. This power here is for a wall light. So just like a regular, regular old wall light goes there. That's a little bit poking out, but that's okay. It'll be covered too with foam. And this will be a wall light. I still have to do the power for that. I haven't done that yet. That will be power for the Echo Show 15. And I still have to make a mount that comes across here for it. It's going to go right there, Echo Show 15. Down here is the other workstation, and we're going to have HDMI available here. That goes up to this 43-inch TV in case someone wants to have a second monitor, or I want to do a second monitor up here from a workstation. I can do it right there. There's power right there. There's going to be Cat 6 there. Again here, there will be power Cat 6 for that TV. I think I already said that. And up here, this is actually moving. We're going to have a webcam either in that corner or in that corner looking down at the studio all the time so we can go live. And I have all the power pretty much run everywhere. AC unit is going down here at the bottom, right at the very bottom. It is remote controlled, so no big deal. And I want to be able to plug it in right here. So super easy, reach over there, plug in. Futon will go over here. This whole wall will be completely covered. I already started sealing the door up. It is mostly sealed. I foam sealed all the bottoms of the joists down here, all the way across there, and all the way across there, and then out here in the rafters. I ran out of clear silicone caulk, but I started sealing all of these joints up here. You can see it's still kind of wet right there, and it did shrink, so I got to fix that. Yeah, all that was caulked in yesterday. I'll probably come back and do a second coat there. And that is it. There will be power down there, but you can see here all my wiring runs down here where the editing PC will be. The editing PC will sit right here in the center with 2 4K monitors and then the 2 50-inch monitors there and there. And we'll have 7.2 surround with a 7.2 home theater receiver. So that is what we have going on now. And by the way, the Harbingers are powered. So I ran RCA cables up from the preamp. It's going to hit the preamp output on the receiver to run the front speakers that are powered. And they will actually be hanging from these corners up here with chains and bicycle hooks. This power is for the Harbinger to be powered, and that power up there is for the Harbinger to be powered. Now all I have to do is finish a lot of power work, a lot of no fun cutting of drywall because it's very hard to cut. I don't have the right tools or a nice big long straight edge. I really need to go buy like a drywall T-square super long one, because that was this cut right here. I got lucky because it's on the ground and it'll be covered up. Oh, I forgot to show you guys. So the plan is for the walls is going to be foam sound insulating tile. Now, yes, I know that this stuff is cheap and it doesn't really insulate sound, but I like the look. And so as soon as the roof gets on, we will start right here on the side and start laying foam tile all the way up against the ceiling, all the way across in one pattern. You know, like we'll start with this pattern and then On the next row, we'll go up and down like that. And notice it's gonna cover the whole wall. It'll be glued on. And then when we get up to these switches, we just literally cut around them or either cut holes in the actual foam. But it looks like we'll be able to just cut around the switches. It'll be pretty easy. These cut with scissors. So that'll be the whole entire studio will be covered with these foam sound tiles, including the ceiling. And that is it. I have ordered a bunch of these already, and I wanted to see if they were going to work out, and we're going to add them to the wall with this Super 3M multi-purpose adhesive once all the foam board gets up. So we're attaching the foam board directly to the studs and the ceiling joists, and that is how we are doing the wall covering. And I have been working through electrical because, of course, now we have wall boxes that are some of them are inset because I did the power ahead of time. So when you put the wall board in, your electrical outlets are too far back. So I have an electrical outlet extension kit that has little extension screws and everything you need to pull the wall outlet out just like that. That one is actually on extensions. And then I use this box here for Ethernet. So that is a I think that's called an old work. I can never remember the difference, but this is the one that kind of bolts and clamps to. This clamping to the foam just fine, but that one I really messed up because I didn't cut the hole big enough and I didn't have a template. I have a nice template for these guys. So that is going to do it. We are live streaming on supercarstreetracing.com, so make sure, not .com, Supercar Street Racing YouTube channel. Make sure you're watching the build live here with us on the channel. There's some nice music playing in the background. And I'm going to go ahead and get this uploaded, and we will see you guys soon with another update. And we will be moving into the studio within a couple of weeks. I've been putting off this project for a very long time, so I am going to be painting All right, we're in the Supercar Street Racing kitchen this morning, and I've been putting off this project for a very long time, so I'm going to be painting the inside and the outside of this door today. I have the kitchen paint for the outside to touch up around the sides here where they messed it up when they put the new trim in. I also have to caulk this part in right here. They left some caulk for me, so I got to do that as well before I paint the trim itself. But I figured I would touch up the outside first, then go to the trim second. Okay, on the outside of the garage here, we can either paint this black or red. So I got to figure out what I want to do. I do have the red white here. Yeah, I'm going to need the black as well to touch up the black part of the wall. I don't have much black. It's gonna be red. So I need to go ahead and get my caulk gun ready. They left me a little bit to do this door with, a little bit of area right there that needs it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, but I need to get all the rest of the supplies out of the shed. All right, the first thing we're going to do here is fill a bowl up with cold water. This is for when I am caulking around the door and using my finger. I can wipe my finger off after I just run it down. I'm going to do a smooth, small line, just like what he did right here. He was showing me how to do it. So just going to get that done right now. That's all the water you need, really. You don't need a whole lot. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and load up. I got the caulk gun loaded right here, and go ahead and start around this door. I am currently fighting with trying to figure out where to start and stop the red. Definitely not gonna paint the door black. I don't have enough paint for that. Almost makes sense that we stop red right here at the weather stripping. So I think that's what I might do, is just all this red, and stop right here. But I do have to prep the window first, which is going to take me some time, but I'm gonna go ahead and tape this window up because it's gotta be done. And then I gotta remove the locks and all that. All right, everybody, I got my door completely prepped now. It was a royal pain. I had to do all the hinges. I could have probably just taken one hinge off at a time and painted that, but I decided just to go ahead and try for the first time in my life to prep it, and it worked. I used a razor knife to get around the hinges, and then I also prepped the glass on the door, put some paper towels in here so paint can't go in here. And now all I have to do is paint. I'm gonna tape those up as well before I start painting. Tape around this one and this one so I don't have to pull the screws out, because these get weak every time you pull them out. I might pull this one. This one I'm definitely taping up. All right, guys. That was a crazy long day. I spent the entire day from about 9:30 until now. It is 4:30, 7 hours to paint this door and the trim, but I just got finished with it and it came out. I give it an 8 out of 10. Some of the lines aren't perfect where the red meets the white, but nobody will ever notice it. Someone already told me it's fine, but you know, I'm a perfectionist. So I got the locks put back on. I got the window cleaned. I got the window paint scraped off. There's a little bit left right there that I need to take care of, but pretty much not bad for doing a glass door, if I may say so myself. This is my first time to ever do it, and you can see out here, I do need to clean the hinges off just a little bit. There's some red or whatever you want to call it, but that is the red door going into the house right there. See, one touch-up area I need to touch up, but other than that, guys, what a project. That was more than I wanted to do for sure. But yeah, I got the locks back on. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna leave the door open so the paint doesn't stick when it closes to the weather stripping, and that's gonna do it for this project. There's a lot of video to edit. I shot 8 hours worth of video for this. I'm gonna go dump this all on the computer, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for liking and subscribing, and we'll see you next time, guys, on Supercar Street Racing. Let's go. Check out this dude. Hawkage. Sitting on the pond. Oh, bye-bye, Hawkage. I'm sorry you don't like me anymore and you flew away. What's up, everybody? It's Sunday afternoon. I totally lost track of time. It's a good look at the backyard back there and the pool and stuff. I'm just chilling out in the sunroom. And wanted to let you guys know that I got in text from the seller. We had some issues with the first transportation company. Their truck broke down before they even picked up my car. Wouldn't you know it? So we had to cancel the delivery with the first company. The seller did order a second transport company. I got some pictures yesterday afternoon of the car being loaded up on the transport and making its way to Jacksonville from Chesapeake, Virginia. So I did try to call the trucking company this morning. I got no answer and the voicemail was full. So I don't know when the car is coming, but it's supposed to be tomorrow or Tuesday is what they're looking for. But hopefully tomorrow. It's not that far. It's about an 8.5 hour drive. So I wouldn't see why they couldn't get the car here tomorrow. But that's what's going on. The first truck broke down before they even picked the car up. It set us back a couple of days. But pretty soon, the brand new car will be sitting in the garage. I already ordered 2 parts for the car. They're cosmetic only. You'll understand more once the car gets here and I do the reveal. And that will be either tomorrow or Tuesday. I hope you guys have a good weekend, and we will talk to you soon. Supercar Street Racing. Later. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be working on my well pump, and we are going to refurbish this pump with this amazing international blue gloss for the pump. We've got brake cleaner to spray the pump down with first to get it all nice and ready to paint, and then I will also paint the pipes and the tank with gloss white here. If I have enough, I have some here as well. And the first step is to prep the whole thing. So we need to put some stuff down on the ground to keep the rocks from getting painted, and we need to tape off some things so we can do this in steps. Let's get that done now. All right, guys, out here at the well pump, and the first thing we are going to do is prep this guy for paint. So we've got the towel down here, and we are going to spray this guy down with brake cleaner first, all of it, then come back and do white on the tank and on the pipes. Then we will mask off or cover the tank and the pipes and do the rest in international blue. So let's get the brake cleaner. All right, we got our brake cleaner out here and our paint. Stuff should dry pretty quick, but this is just to make sure that the paint sticks, gets all the dirt off. You really want to do it properly. Not saying that this won't work, but you can lightly sand all the metal. This will dry quickly. And we'll take off all the dirt and grease from being outside for years. I'm not removing any stickers or anything. I'm literally just going to paint directly over everything. That would be a lot of trouble. But yeah, this stuff, you can see it's already starting to dry. So it's really good for taking the dirt and the grease off. And then we will paint everything white that is going to get white. I need to cover the rocks up more back there. I don't want them getting painted. Let me find something to do that with. Okay, I decided to take a little bit more time and prep the concrete because we don't want that sprayed blue. Actually, we could come back and do stone on that one if we really wanted to make it look cool. The tape is not going to stick, but we can still get some tape in there. Otherwise, we're going to have blue paint all over our concrete. Yeah, that's not working great at all. But that will help. Last step, maybe we can do the concrete like a stone texture. But we just need to get something close to the pump here so that we can spray right up against it. It's going to be a lot about just what you see, because you don't see everything on this pump. You can't see the bottom. So once we have that part masked off, then all we really have to do is cover everything else like that. And we can get kind of close without getting the concrete in all these places. And the rocks. Tough part's going to be getting the pipes almost all the way down. Maybe we'll get some extra rocks to cover up where we don't get painted. But yeah, this thing's ready for white paint on the tank and the pipes. Come back through and mask those off when we do the rest. Oh, it's not coming out very well. It's splattering a lot. Yeah, this can's got issues. Not sure what's going on with the can, but it is enjoying splattering instead of coming out properly. I've got another can of gloss white that I might have to go get because this one's just not doing great. It's okay. Let me go see if I can get my other can. Alright, I got the other can of paint here. Probably gonna look way better and perform way better. Yep, this sprays a lot better. So I'm gonna mask off later the pipes when I spray the pump. But for now, this is just about getting a good, nice coating on the pipes and the tank. Surge tank up here, whatever it is. Getting rid of all that rust and corrosion that's built up over the years. Come back and do this cap on top. Blue. Okay, making sure I got all sides. You can see anyway. Used to do this for my dad. We refurbished oil field equipment. Pretty good at it. Hopefully when I tape the pipes, the paint doesn't come right off. I'm worried about that sticking. And also getting all this down by the rocks. Pretty good. Okay, so that needs to dry for probably a while. Let's see, one more spot I missed. I'm gonna have to let that dry for a bit. A few hours at least. Especially because it's on plastic. Maybe let that dry for 3 or 4 hours before we come and try to do the second part. But yeah, so that's the first step. Looking good already. Right, we are back out here. And we need to mask off the pipes. It'll take a minute. Got some exciting plans for some of the little pieces on this. I'm just using regular painter's tape here. Sorry, I know I'm right in the way. Masking off all the pipes. Hopefully it doesn't rip the paint off. It's hot. Trying to get just the part that's going to get spray painted here. Okay, that should be good for that. Tape's not sticking to anything. I'm gonna get this part, because I think this will get painted by accident. When I get the side of this thing, I see a couple other places I need to get. Tape is not sticking at all. Now do some copper accents. Don't think we'll get the underneath of this. I'm a little worried about this white pipe. Yes. Tape is not sticking. To itself, even. Which is a joke. Gotta be something with the heat. Okay, it's not supposed to be pretty. It's just tape. So, no comments. And we have this international blue gloss. It's just very hot. Coming out very well. It can. It's pretty. Awesome paint. The International Blue. Okay, we are back out here, and unfortunately the camera shut off because it's 93 degrees outside, but we are on the next step here. And I think what we want to do now is probably the black parts of the... Yeah, this is completely dry. I mean, it's so hot out here, it can't help but be dry. I'm gonna mask off what we don't want to be black, just with plastic bags, like that, I think. And then we're gonna do this valve as well. It normally has a black handle. So that's going to take some tape also. I don't know what happened to my other tape. Had a whole nother thing of tape. Ouch. So we're just going to get a quick spray of black on this handle here. And try not to get anything else black. Just the handle. Which probably has never been turned, ever. And we're going to do the controller box as well. So we got to get all this mass off right here, so we don't be painting anything black that's white already. I know it looks like a cluster right now, but it's going to look so good when we get done. We have like 5 different things to paint. This handle has never been moved. It's literally been sitting in this position for probably 10 years. It may not even work anymore. Alright, so we don't have a lot of black paint, so we're going to be very careful with it. And not use too much. But I think we can get it a lot of it like that. Don't have much paint at all. This is a matte black. Yeah, this is almost empty. Yeah, basically empty. I might not even have enough to do this. I'm hurting over here on the blue part because I can't get to it. Ow, house is like 1,000 degrees. Okay. There we go. We have our black valve knob and our black controller box. And I want to do I want to do both the little plugs in copper. It's going to be fun trying to get that figured out. Oh, okay. You can go underneath the plug, at least partially. This is gonna look cool. Surprised the camera's not overheated yet. This is going to be a quick and easy little addition to the refurbishment because it's such a tiny piece and I'll probably only have to spray it once. Man, I've dropped like 45 things today. I'm really not doing that great on dropping stuff. I mean, I'm doing good on dropping stuff. I'm doing not good on not dropping stuff. That makes sense. It's going to be a quick spray on this part and not get any copper on our white, brand new white paint. Yeah, we're using metallic copper paint on this. And then I think we're going to do the concrete base with stone. Stone lookalike. I think it'll look good, honestly. That's going to be copper for now. And this guy here, going to be copper. I don't know, I think I want to redo that. I want the threads to be copper. Which is going to take a little bit of... Yeah, that's perfect. I think it'll look better with copper threads too, because it'll make the bolt or the cap or whatever this is seem, you know, fully copper, which is probably just some cheap metal, of course. So then we will mask off some of this so we don't get any copper on it. Try to do it quick and easy. I mean, that stuff goes everywhere when you spray it. That's already masked off. I haven't quite figured out what to do with these valves yet. We got our copper. Okay, let's go for it. Close up. This paint is so cool. Ah, I love this stuff. And that's not sticking right there for some reason. Oh, it looks so good. I'm stoked. Get close. Oh, it looks so awesome. Oh my god. Hell yeah. Wait till that looks, what that looks like after. Let's go and do our valve here and see if we can do this guy copper. I think we can. Yeah, I think that's the jam. I think we're going to try that. This is the hose bib if you want to connect a hose to the well pump. That's perfect. I think it's getting copperized. Alright, I got that one. I probably should cover up this part. Okay, that thing's ready for copper. Oh, here comes the wind. Oh, that looks so cool. Oh my god. That's awesome. This thing's gonna look ridiculous when I get done. That's cool. Back here in the back, we just have some weird valve. Crappy looking valve that I don't use anymore. I mean, I guess I'll just leave it. Not sure what to do with it. Copper? Copperize it, I guess? I don't know. It's not used. It's kind of in the back. I don't know, but that looks crazy cool. The copper on this looks ridiculous. Ridiculous. I think I'm gonna leave that back valve. I don't know what else to do with it. Probably should just take it off. Maybe black, I don't know. I don't know what to do with that one. It's kind of half white now. And pretty much I can paint it like that. Yeah, why don't I do that? Gotta find a color though. So I'll do black. The copper just looks sick. Not gonna lie. Ah, okay. It's a whole valve. Oh. Almost just painted the whole pump.
Thanks. So all right. That's that. Needs to dry for a while before we can do the concrete base. But, dude, sick. Sick.
All right, guys, so we are back at the pump, ready to remove some of the condimage. Let's see what we got here for the reveal. Not sure. Oh, we got a little blue paint right there. That's okay. Not going to be perfect, but it was really bad before. Okay, so we're pulling off all the tape. And all of the plastic bags. And check out the wheel. Well, already got some junk on it. And there's a little bit of blue on the controller box. I can touch that up later. No big deal. The main point is to get the whole thing done. Oh, I see some blue on the concrete. So I think maybe we will paint the concrete later with the stone. So we'll mask off the pump and paint the concrete. So far, so good. Looks like the white paint actually stayed onto the pipes. Didn't come off with the tape. A lot of tape. Probably come off easier if I tore it off in the order that it was put on. A little bit of blue got through the tape. That's okay. It's gonna happen. Forgot my microphone, by the way. So you're probably not hearing everything as good as before. Just getting the last bits off. Yeah, some of these places could be touched up for sure. If not, looking for perfection here. This thing has been out here for 10 years. And anything is better than what we had, right? Probably doing this in the most inefficient way at this point. Our job is to unmask it. And that is all, right, people? A little tiny bit of blue that got through the tape, nothing big. Not a big deal. The valve over here in the back didn't exactly get fully painted either. I can see some missing spots on it. So just needs some touch up. But it won't be a big deal to touch that up. Yeah, the concrete got a little bit of paint on it, not sure why. Probably didn't have it masked off that great. But on the flip side, honestly, we could probably just cover that with lava rocks. There is a surge tank, or whatever it's called, the storage tank, all in white, looking good, fresh. Not bad for about 30 minutes worth of work, honestly. I could have spent hours and hours meticulously masking this thing off, but it sits out in the weather, and the whole point is to make it better than it was, and I think we have completely accomplished that. What about you guys? What do you think? Looks good. So yeah, that is it. Now we'll do some glamour shots. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Maybe you have something you can work on in your yard like this that's been sitting forever and make it look better. This is rosemary seared New York strip with Dukes of Duval. Yeah, Joe?
Yep.
What's the secret? You got 5 seconds.
A lot of love, man. That's all. Stay left.
That looks fantastic. Hey guys, welcome back to Supercar Street Racing, and this is the video before the video. And I wanted to get on here before this device is so important. Chamberlain absolutely refuses to work with Alexa. They will not pay the fee integrated with Alexa, so you cannot control your garage door with Alexa. You would have to subscribe to a service to do that. So this Tailwind smart Wi-Fi garage door opener allows you to integrate with Alexa. All you have to do is put it on your garage door and your opener, and then you can integrate for free, just the cost of the actual device. So Chamberlain, shame on you, but guess what? We're going to get to work today and show you guys how you can do this on your garage door. So let's get to work. Guys, right in front of me and right here also directly in front of me is the Tailwind Smart Garage Wi-Fi Door Opener. Chamberlain hates this. They don't want you to know about it, but we're going to tell you about it today on the channel. Hang out. Guys, Chamberlain does not want you to open your garage door with the smart devices that you have available. They have blocked that capability unless you subscribe to their app, and you still cannot do it with the common smart devices that are out right now. So this is supposed to help you open and close your garage door with things like Alexa. This is the Tailwind Smart Garage Door Opener, and you can see right here that it comes with a track sensor, a smart module, a remote control of some sort with 2 little wires on it, which I don't know what that's for. Looks like a remote, but I don't think it is. A power supply. Okay, I haven't watched the install video yet, so I am not 100% sure about what everything is in this. So this adapter is for openers with yellow learn buttons, and I'm assuming I have that. I did on my old garage door. I haven't checked the new one yet. All right, I did verify we do have the yellow learn button on the device. So we do have the right options here for this. So I am on the website now and looking at the installation videos. And there is also an installer manual right here. Okay, so there is an app. Let's go ahead and scan that. And there is the Tailwind app. So that is the first step. Installing the Tailwind app is done. Second step is select a mounting location for the control module, and that is this guy right here. That should be easy. We have a pegboard, or we can just put it on top of the garage door opener. It says make sure the power adapter will reach. It says locate the module on the side of the door opener. Mount the 3-track door sensor if included. All right, for this next step, we have to move out to the garage, and I have to get you guys over there somehow, so I'm gonna stop down. Okay, guys, for the next step, it wants us to power on the Tailwind controller, where the power outlet is that we plan to use, and there is one, of course, right up here for the garage door opener. So I'm gonna go ahead and get up here and power this guy on, and there is our outlet. I'm gonna leave this hanging pretty low at this point, and go ahead and power on the device. All right, I'm going to the next step here. Wait 5 to 10 seconds, then check the status light. It is flashing red, as you guys can see right here. It says press the reset button. All right, I have the pin tool. Okay, it turned blue. You guys can see it's blue right now. Is the light flashing blue? Yes. All right, so it's asking for the Wi-Fi password, and I'm assuming it is going to connect to Wi-Fi now. It says it'll turn green within 5 to 10 seconds. I'm naming it now, SCSR Garage, 1 door, and it's learning my location accuracy now. It says it's done. It did find my address. It wants me to put my name in and then the email address, and it is sending me a verification email. And I'm setting a password for my Tailwind account. And I am registering as a new user, and it's going to tell me to start hardware configuration. All right, guys, so today we are doing this garage door opener. The whole reason for this is that Chamberlain will not let you integrate this with the smart home. They do not allow it. And right here you can see me struggling to figure out this sensor that goes on the garage door, because the guy in the video did it on the other side, and I was just having trouble figuring out how to mount this thing. But basically it mounts to the hook, and then you slide this little thing in the back to lock it in, and you'll see that at the end of the video.
Make sure it's dry before you stick it. Also, you'll notice there's 2 sets of mounting holes on the magnet, and that's so that you have a couple of options on how to position it on the door.
Okay, so the next step is mounting the magnet to the door, and I guess we're gonna have to do it like that because it's too far out like that. So we're gonna need the double-sided tape for this. I'm gonna go grab it. Now we have to clean the area on the door where we are sticking the tape. I have some Windex here. It needs to be less than 2 inches away from the door. It is going to be mounted on the angle bracket like that. Just like that. Make sure it's not touching the door or anything close to the door before you go ahead and apply pressure, and hope that this doesn't fall off and mess your car up. And I'm giving it a good amount of pressure here. So that looks good. Let's go ahead and continue. All right, we're back, and I took a picture of this because I cannot read it, but we have to connect the white blue stripe wire from the Tailwind module to the red wire of the adapter. And after we are all done, we'll tie these wires up nice. Okay guys, right here I'm just doing wiring. I am connecting the Tailwind module to the adapter, which looks like a remote control. If you have one garage door, it's super easy. You connect the white with the blue stripe to red all the time, and then if you have one garage door, you connect the white wire to the green wire. That's all it takes for one garage door. Okay, so I guess I don't connect to the opener. I think we're already there pretty much. Now, I don't think anything hooks to our opener because the remote control does everything. This remote does it. Okay, let's see if it works. It wants me to update the firmware now. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. It says my garage is green, so it says it's updating the firmware. And it looks like it has started the firmware update process. Okay, it is back. All right, guys, all you see me doing right here in this clip is tying up the wiring really nice to the side of the garage door. And also I have heat shrink tubing over the joints, and I use soldered connectors that use the heat gun to go ahead and make them stick. So I'm doing that all right now in this clip. And that is that. Should be done with this project besides getting this thing linked up to Alexa. Okay, so the final part of this project just involves you linking your Tailwind account to Alexa. And I know I'm gonna wake up every device, never mind. And so what you do here is in your Alexa app, you go to Skills, you search for Tailwind. It will find two, it's the one that says Smart Home. Then you click Launch and you link it to your Tailwind account using whatever account you signed up for with Tailwind. It will then locate your opener and call it a lock. And if you look here, here is the garage door right here, and I have not tested it yet. I'm going to right now. Let's see if it actually opens with this. And it does. And now we will go ahead and close it when it is done. So you say lock it, it actually closes it. Chamberlain does not want you to do this, so just remember, Chamberlain will do everything in its power to not let you control this with Alexa. Okay guys, I just wanted to give you a good close-up view of this, the way this actually installs. So you take this Tailwind sensor here, it hooks around the J track right here, and then this little plate pushes through to kind of jam it up against the track. And then you tighten down this screw here to get it completely tight. Hopefully you guys can see that right there. So this just hooks around the back and this little plate slides through there. The magnet that it has to sense mounts right on the garage door right here. And you can see I use the angle. If you don't use the angle on this, if you use the flat, it would be too far out. So the angle lets it sit just next to it. And we went ahead and installed the actual smart box and the adapter on the very top of the garage door opener right up there. And the power goes up to the ceiling right there. We went ahead and tied up all the wiring and did heat shrink tubing. Even on the stuff that they gave us that had wiring nuts, we did heat shrink tubing and we did the solder shrink wrap connectors. And that is how the system came out. Let's go into the Supercar Street Racing Studios with Brad and see how you can get yourself a Tailwind for your Chamberlain garage door. Hey guys, welcome back to Supercar Street Racing. This was a difficult one for me to tape and film because of the fact that there was a lot of downtime in between clips and stuff like that, and also pretty boring, but I wanted you guys to see this because Chamberlain refuses to allow you to let your device work with Alexa. They don't want to pay the licensing fees, and in order to use it at all, you have to do like IFTT or something like that, and I don't even know if that works anymore. But this Tailwind device will allow you to do smart home with your garage door and also open and close it, which you cannot do with any other device. So you got to get this Tailwind. You can see it right here on your screen. It's basically a control box right here. And what happens is if your garage door has a yellow Learn opener on it, then you will need the special adapter, and it basically looks like a remote control that wires into the Tailwind smart home device and then allows you to link your Alexa to that and use it in smart home and use your voice to control it. It will ask you for a PIN because it thinks it's a lock. So you will have to give a PIN number to open and close the garage door, but that is totally fine because otherwise you can't use it at all. Now I've had this sitting in the closet for almost 2 months and I was really putting off putting it into the garage. I wanted to get everything in there first on the new garage door opener. So we do have it installed now and it works great. And then you can program it and put a routine in there to where if you say open my garage door, it will go ahead and open that by doing the lock part. So go ahead and order yourself a Tailwind, because Chamberlain, you're not going to let anybody do it. I know you're not. And guys, we got to get out of here because we have to go open the garage remotely 1,000 times. Okay, everybody, this is day 13 with no pool pump turned on in hot Florida. Check out the pretty green water. Don't you just want to jump in it over your head and get a bunch of E. coli and bacteria in your face? It feels good, and then you're like, oh my God. All right, we're out here in Mexico again, scouting out a location for a high-speed pull here that I've never done. So we're scouting this long bridge in Mexico to see if there is any police parked anywhere. So we're scouting this long bridge in Mexico to see if there is any police parked anywhere before we come back down. And there is a dude riding some kind of weird something on the other side. But so far, this Mexico bridge is pretty good for a short pull in Mexico. We'll see what happens once we get to the other side, but I'm looking for Mexican police officers parked on the side of the road here, and does not appear that there are any parked here, so we'll try it in Mexico. All right, we're coming over the top of the bridge now, and there should not be any reason why right here on this stretch right there we can't open it up a little bit and maybe get out by ourselves. There's a nice, probably quarter long, maybe a little bit longer than a quarter strip over here where it goes uphill a little bit, but this car doesn't take long to hit top speed, so we'll see. I've never done it, and this is a abandoned road in Mexico that it's really easy to get up to speed on, so let's see what happens. All right, guys, we are right in front of the Tesla Model S Plaid track package. I wanted to go over this with you guys because basically when you have a Model S Plaid, it is limited to 160. However, I hit before the limiter kicked in, and if you get the Model S Plaid with the track package, you can order it right here. It says right here it's $20,000. Or you can just get the carbon ceramic brake kit, and it is unclear in the writing here if you can get it with just the carbon ceramic brakes, because it says top speed 200 achievable with carbon ceramic brake kit and proper wheels and tires for those speeds. Now if you get the carbon ceramic brake kit for the Plaid, you have to have the 20-inch and 21-inch wheels, and I believe mine would probably work because I have 21s. It does come with Supercar 3R tires if you get the wheel and tire package. However, I would just get the carbon ceramic brake kit so I could unlock the 200-mile-per-hour top speed if I wanted to go 200 at all times. So here it is, and right here on Tesla Model S Plaid, it's shoptesla.com, and you can see right here if you click carbon ceramic brake kit, it rings up at 15K there. If you drop this down, you click track package, you get the carbon ceramic brakes, and you get these nice wheels and tires with it as well, and they install them at the actual dealer. And then it says also you can monthly payment this guy. Let's see what that says on this. Yeah, they want you to use a firm. You can actually pay a super high interest rate to go ahead and get your Tesla Model S Plaid equipped with the Model S Plaid track package or just the carbon ceramic brake kit. And right there it tells you a lot about how the carbon ceramic brakes work. They feature continuous fiber technology in 3D matrix and tells you what they come with there. They're 2x410x40 carbon silicon carbide front rotors, 2x410x32 rear rotors, and then you get the calipers as well. You get the integrated caliper mounting parking brakes and brake fluid, and you get the firmware updated, which does give you the high speed as well, the 200 mile per hour. And it puts the package on at the Tesla service center, so that's kind of cool as well. All right, we're not going to want any traffic anywhere near us when we do this, so we're going to let this go by and then flip a U-turn at this light here. Okay, we have let traffic kind of go for a minute. We have a straightaway right here. I'm gonna just do a roll-on pull and see right when I round this corner and see what we can get the car up to. And hopefully there's no Mexican police officers on that side. So let's roll into this now. That's full throttle. That's 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 160, 165, and that was the top speed. 165 is the speed limiter. I hit the top speed, and now we are coming off and on the brakes, which are terrible. I smell the brakes. That's the first time I've ever hit the top speed. I believe it's 165. And then this car has awful brakes, so I didn't push them too hard. And that was it, guys. That was about 30 to 165. All right, I double checked online. The top speed of this car is 162 miles per hour. And we did achieve that just now in the deep South Mexico terrain. And you can see it didn't take long to hit that top speed. And that's the first time I've ever gotten it up to that fast. So that's the fastest I have ever gone in this car. And it was kind of fun, you know, to see what this car can do. Really cool. Now let me show you guys another option for carbon ceramic brakes, but you do not get the unlock firmware. So that's the one thing you won't get. All right, the last thing I wanted to show you guys here is another option here, like from T Sportline, and they do offer this Brembo Gran Turismo kit for the Model S and X Plaid. It is $54.95. You can select different options here, and they do go up or down. That one says unavailable. The GT is unavailable. Only the GTS is available. It is $54.95 right now. That gives you another option. It does come in a bunch of different colors as well down here, as you can see. However, this will not unlock the top speed if that is what you're after. Just simply getting these big brakes from T Sportline will not give you the Model S Plaid top speed. You have to have the firmware also unlocked in order to do that, and you cannot get that done by anybody that I am aware of. I think that you can only get it from Tesla. So if you're looking to get your top speed unlocked in the Model S Plaid, you will need to get the official track pack from Tesla, and that is right here under Model S Plaid track package that we looked at a minute ago. You will spend $20,000 for the wheels, tires, and brakes, or $15,000 for just the carbon ceramic brake kit. We have another option right here for you, and that is the Unplugged Performance Model S Plaid Superlight Carbon Ceramic Front Big Brake Kit. You can see this runs up to $9,000, and this is just for the front. They do have other kits available, but that one is the performance brakes for the Model S Plaid. When you click on it right there, there are some other options. You can get larger rotors for just the front and the rear, or you can go ahead and get the full carbon brake kit, which is right here. $91.95 for this. Your options here are big brake kit or replacement brake pads. If you choose big brake kit right here, you can choose your caliper color, red or black, and then you can choose your brake pads if you want racing or street. And it looks like right here, right now, that is going to be around $8,400 is your total if you would like to go ahead and get the Unplugged Performance big brake kit. Racing Brakes also makes a big brake kit for the Model S Plaid. We are on racingbrake.com showing you their options here. There is a $16,000 carbon ceramic brake kit there. There is a $7,000 one there. There is an $11,000 one there and a $13,000 one right there. And if we click on this one here, you can see that this is the front and rear kit here. And you can get it oversized. You need 20+ inch wheels to do that. And you can get your brake lines replaced also. So that is probably the best option. If you do this and you go oversized, it is $8,000 for both the front and the rear brakes. Now this also fits the OEM calipers, which is why it is cheaper. If you want everything, you're gonna have to go ahead and step up to go ahead and get the calipers and the rotors together. This one does fit OE calipers as well. But if we go to the $17,000 kit here, you can see that it has everything for $16,960. Front and rear brake kit for the Plaid. It's going to have everything you need to go ahead and get your car up to big brake standards, and it is cheaper than getting the track package, but you do not get wheels and tires with it. The Tesla option for the Plaid is $15,000. This is $16,960, but you are getting some of the best brakes made. I had these on my SL65 AMG, and they were absolutely awesome. Way cheaper than that for the AMG, but of course you're paying for two. You're paying for the front and the rear, and you're paying, of course, for the Plaid, and with all of the inflation that we've been having lately as well. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll be doing some more stuff like this with the Plaid, racing some things and things of that nature. So hang out and please like and subscribe. We'll see you guys soon. Guys, back to Supercar Street Racing living room once again. We have this garden edging from Amazon that was not cheap at all. We're going to be using that today, and then if we step outside here in the Supercar Street Racing front yard, we are going to be taking a look at doing this garden and getting it all fixed up. We're going to put the edging in, we're going to put the flowers in that we got here, and then we are going to fill this with the black mulch, and that's all happening today. Let's get started and get to work. Before we get started here today on the current project on Supercar Street Racing, we need to cut this. There's a little stump right there we need to cut. So we are going to be going over to Rich's and getting the chainsaw. All right, we do have one stump right here and one over here that we're just going to be cutting off. That is the next thing on the mission. right, we got these stumps removed here, and now I'm just going to basically try to install this edging the best I can. Let's take a look at this edging. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It is flexible, and you should just be able to go like that and break off some of the concrete and then drive the stakes down in. So we're going to try to turn this corner, or either we could just cut it. What we want to do is, actually that's kind of perfect right there. Right here we're just going to extend it right up to the house, and they have the pins that come with it to hold it. We should be able to get one at the other end, and maybe we have to break something off right here. One there, one there. Have to be careful with the wire. dig. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put some lights in. I got a splice into this guy here. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. I'm out of the connectors. I'm gonna have to use wire nuts.
Hey there. Subscribe to my channel. And also press this bell icon.
All right, guys, so that is going to wrap up the front garden part. This will be one video. The next video will be the other garden, but I just wanted to give you guys a good look at what I did. I did put the edging in around the garden. It was pretty easy. And then I just planted knockout roses and some other plants. I was given these two plants in the front. It's an interesting story. I don't know who put them here, but they dropped them at my house as a gift. So I went ahead and planted those in the front. I planted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 knockout roses, and I forgot what these other smaller plants are called exactly, but they will come back every year. And knockout roses are very, very low maintenance, so you don't really have to do much to them. But you can see I went all the way around the side here, and it's a huge improvement from what it was before. And now I just have to get the blower out and blow off the pavers and stuff, which I forgot to do. And that will conclude this project, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for the next one when that garden over there will get its treatment as well. See ya. Okay, this is how you, if you forget your cutter,
you take your axe,
right?
Normally throw
Your heavy axe,
yeah, and don't hit your thumb,
right? Oh, hell yeah! Bye bye.
All right, guys, we are out here in front of the 4K production studio, and today we're taking a look at my 99% finished 4K production studio on Supercar Street Racing. All right, we are out front of the 4K production studio, and I wanted to shoot this before daylight because I wanted to show you guys the outside first. But taking a look back here, we have a very limited crop angle at 8K. But taking a look at the outside here of the studio, you can clearly see I have done lighting on the outside here all the way around the edge. And so the lighting carries all the way this way and around the front of the studio. That would be the front of the house there. And then right here and right now, this is the side of the studio, and you can see I lit it up nicely with some cool outdoor lighting, and that is how it looks from the outside. Moving on to the front of the studio, you see that we have this nice door that was just put in about 2 weeks ago, and it also is lit up nicely. And it does light up the Supercar Street Racing sign. And then moving down towards the bottom, we do have the Eufy video doorbell here that will alert you when it sees a person. In fact, it just did when we walked by, and just now again on the video. And there is the Supercar Street Racing sign that we had custom made. And that is the front of the 4K production studio, and all of the beautiful lighting that we put in that I'm so glad I took the time to get done. We also installed gutters afterwards so that the rain would not come into the front area here. There was some water getting in towards the bottom down here, so we put those gutters in, and ever since then sealed the door properly, and now no water gets in. Now let's move on into the inside. All right guys, welcome to the inside of the Supercar Street Racing 4K production studio, actually being shot in 8K right now. Kind of difficult to shoot in 8K because it's very cropped, so the angle, the zoom amount is very close up, but you can see right here and right now is the inside of the 4K production studio, and I will throw some pictures up as well that give kind of a better idea of what this looks like. But when you walk in the front door, you are greeted with this desk area here, and in the desk here is where all of the main equipment is located, directly across from the front door, and we will go over all that equipment one by one just here momentarily. All right, this is a good view of the inside of the 4K production studio, and we are shooting this in 8K. Now, as you walk in the front door of the studio over there, and don't forget, this is 8K, it's cropped pretty hard, so it's difficult to get a wide angle shot. But as you walk in the front door of the studio, you are greeted right next to the door. We'll take a look at this in a minute with an Alexa, and it's actually an Echo Show 15 right up there. And then on the wall over there, we do have a 32-inch television. And then on the front wall, directly across from the door, was where we have our main equipment for the studio, and you can see starting at the end over there, and we'll go over this stuff one at a time when we get a little bit closer, but starting at the very far end right here, we have our HP thrift store refurb PC. Actually, it was a gift from a friend. I call it a thrift store, but yeah, you can see me right here right now on the screen right there, and this guy right here is used to do live streaming. It just has a single webcam, and that shows this area right here. It is all located up on the top of the desk, since it is a one-piece device, and that is the HP computer. It is not very powerful. Matter of fact, I could barely find video drivers for it. It's so old for Windows 11. So it does use hardware acceleration, but it barely works, and every time I go into OBS, I have to change it to hardware acceleration because it loses its settings. Nevertheless, the computer does work pretty good for what it is for, and it is for live streaming only. And then up above that, you can see we have our Harbinger powered speakers. I chose those because I already had them, and they were easy enough to put in, and I actually picked a receiver that has preamp outputs just to feed these Harbinger powered speakers. What you don't see underneath that is the subwoofer chilling so fresh down here, and that is the Polk Audio sub. It's I think a PSW 10 is what the brand is, or the model number. And then right by that, we have a fan I need to take out of here. It was for when the carpet got wet. But yeah, there's the audio system there. And if you move up above that, you will see the Netgear switch. Now that is fed out through the wall and up into the house to the main cable modem / router. And that supplies Ethernet to the whole entire place. Everything in here except a few things is hardwired. These lights up here, these Govee RGB lights, are Wi-Fi, and one of the televisions is Wi-Fi, this 32-inch right here, because it's using a Fire Stick. It is not a smart TV, but I want to get that replaced pretty soon. But anyway, yeah, moving down the bench now, right next to that, you would see my old editing PC. Now this is what I started the channel with before. This is a home-built PC that I built way back in the day. Does have an NVIDIA graphics card in it, Quadro, so not very powerful. It has 16 gigs of RAM, I think a 4-core processor, I can't remember. I think it's a 4-core Intel, and it has an NVIDIA Quadro processor. Barely enough to get by and do editing, but I also do Photoshop on this as well. So that is the next computer. I use this one also for doing live streams from the outside. So if we go to OBS Studio here, it'll pop up and we can do live streams from all the Wise cams in the house. I do have BlueStacks set up in order to open up the Wisecam application and do live streams on this guy. And here is a look at the actual PC. I've had this one for years and I built it. And it is a quad-core processor. I'm trying to get the system settings up if I could type. And looking at this one, it is a, what is it exactly? I can't recall. So it's a Z77N Wi-Fi with a i7 3770K 4-core. So that is the second PC in the editing suite in Supercar Street Racing Studios. And then moving down here to our main area is where we have our full-blown editing suite. We have our tower PC there with 64 gigs of RAM, the 12-core AMD processor, and a GeForce 3080 Tough ASUS is what